few news stories for you viewers. Firstly, Somalia, where Prime Minister of Somalia is saying that Farmajo is ex-president of Somalia. Roads leading to Somali presidential palace have been blocked. We have some pictures for you. Secondly, Agew Liberation Front, an organization backed and formed, I would say, by Tigray Defense Force, has issued a statement. Tigray Defense Force has withdrawn from North Wallo, from Wog Hemra, where it was trying to promote Agew Liberation Front. Now, Agew Liberation Front has released a statement after the withdrawal of Tigray Defense Force from Wog Hemra and North Wallo. While Tigray is offering peace talks, Agew Liberation Front is not offering peace talks. It's talking about something else. We'll have a look at the statement of Agew Liberation Front. And thirdly, viewers, AGOA, US has removed Ethiopia from AGOA. From the 1st of January 2022, Ethiopia will cease to be part of African Growth and Opportunity Act. But today, Ethiopian Ministry of Trade and Regional Integration issued a statement. It is asking the US government to reconsider its decision of suspending AGOA agreement. Firstly, viewers, Somalia, political tensions are running high in Somalia. President suspended PM Roble. PM Roble rejected this suspension. Then PM Roble delivered a speech. He called President Farmajo as a former president of Farmajo. Roads leading to Villa Somalia presidential palace have been blocked. You can see a picture on your screen. A road can be seen blocked. And some sources say that troops loyal to PM Roble, they have blocked roads leading to Villa Somalia. And some Somali elders are calling upon Abdullahi Farmajo, president of Somalia, to leave Villa Somalia in the next 24 hours. And thirdly, viewers, Farmajo's picture, which is displayed in all government institutions, it has been removed from PM Roble's office. You can see today's picture from PM Roble's office and a previous picture. In the background, you would see that Farmajo's portrait picture has been removed. So it means that PM Roble and his supporters do not see Farmajo as president of Somalia now. They are saying that Farmajo is just a candidate, a presidential candidate, like other candidates like Hassan Khaire and Hassan Sheikh and others. So he is no more president of Somalia. Very extreme positions have been taken by the two sides. Farmajo says Roble is no more Prime Minister of Somalia. He is corrupt and an inquiry has been ordered against him. He must face the charges. Roble says that Farmajo is no more president of Somalia. He is just a presidential candidate. And military police should report to him directly. Otherwise, the forces, military police, will be proceeded against. So, political tensions are running very high. UN, US, we have seen several statements, all international organization, international community, they are calling upon the stakeholders in Somalia to de-escalate tensions. while we are seeing mobilization of armed groups in Mogadishu. We'll update you in coming hours. Secondly, viewers, Agew Liberation Front has released a statement. The organization ALF, Agew Liberation Front, was formed, or it came into prominence after TDF's entry in Amhara region. ALF was based in Waghimra and North Wollo zones of Amhara region. It announced that Lalibela was the capital of its separate Agew region. It wanted a separate Agew region split from Amhara region. Obviously, it was backed by TDF. Now, Tigray Defense Force has withdrawn from Waghimra, North Wollo. It has suffered military setbacks. It had to withdraw from these regions. What is ALF saying now? What is ALF's agenda now? Because Tigray is offering peace talks. What is ALF says? What is ALF saying? ALF, Agew Liberation Front, today in a statement said that it had no option but to fight. So it is announcing that it will keep on fighting. We don't know about organizational structure of this organization, of this body. How many fighters does it have? Which type of arms does it have? Can it continue an armed movement against Amhara region? That remains to be seen. But so far, Agew Liberation Front is announcing that it will keep on fighting. It will not surrender. We'll update you about the incoming videos. Lastly, viewers, Ethiopia has been removed from AGOA, African Growth and Opportunity Act, trade concessions agreement between Ethiopia and the US. And from the 1st of January 2022, Ethiopia will not be part of this agreement. US removed Ethiopia from this program, from this agreement, over alleged human rights abuses committed in Ethiopia, especially in Tigray. Now, Ethiopian Ministry of Trade and Regional Integration has issued a statement. The ministry is requesting the US government to reconsider its decision of suspension of AGOA. The ministry says that this decision will lead to unemployment. Tens of thousands of Ethiopians will lose their jobs, and their livelihoods would be in danger. Human rights situation will not improve after the suspension of AGOA. And that is why the US government should reconsider its decision of suspension of AGOA. So at least now we can say that Ethiopian government is not challenging the US. It's not defying the US in terms of suspension of AGOA. It is requesting for revival of this agreement. It wants AGOA to go on. If AGOA is suspended, obviously experts say that it will be a blow to Ethiopian economy, which is already under stress. Ethiopia needs money for rehabilitation as well, for rebuilding, because its infrastructure has been destroyed. Amhara region says that TPLF destroyed infrastructure of the region, hospitals, dispensaries, schools, they've been destroyed. So Ethiopia would need billions of Ethiopian birds for rehabilitation, for reconstruction. At this critical time, the US has suspended AGOA. That is why Ethiopian Ministry of Trade is requesting the US to reconsider its decision, the suspension of AGOA. A few hours ago, Jeffrey Feltman, U.S. envoy to the Horn of Africa, in an interview talked about AGOA. He was asked a question about AGOA. Take a listen to what he said about AGOA. Think watching.
So let's move on to Ethiopia. On Friday, the U.S. said it was ending a trade deal with the country, citing Ethiopia's gross violations of human rights. What makes you think that the sanctions will make any difference, that it'll change the course of what's happening in Ethiopia?
Well, I mean, the trade privileges that Ethiopia enjoyed up until January 1st are based on legislation that has conditions. The legislation says that countries that engage in gross violations of human rights will not enjoy these trade privileges. So it's a statutory requirement that the administration took. Our overall point has been that it is time now to end this war. There have been too many civilians killed, too many displaced. The human rights atrocities are appalling, and there's been insufficient humanitarian access to millions of people in northern Tigray now for months. The Tigrayan Defense Forces, these are the forces that moved within 200 kilometers of Addis Ababa, the capital of Ethiopia, a few weeks ago. Those forces are back in their home state of Tigray. That was the demand of the government, and frankly was the demand of the United States as well. That should trigger an end to the conflict. That should trigger a shift to negotiations. That should trigger an end to the human rights abuses and full humanitarian access to those who need food, medicine, fuel, cash, etc. So right now, that's what we are pushing for: is to push for the reality that the Tigray Defense Forces are back in Tigray to end this war.
That's